Music is that?
That's the intro music, bro.
Oh my.
Yo, what is up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Empower 610, where we
Empowering minds, one episode at a time.
Miami Vice Edition. You already know.
Let's
get it.
We outside.
Yo, why are we wearing shades? Nice. Why are we wearing shades?
Why are we wearing shades? That's a good question because summer's almost over. We a vibe.
Oh,
We inside, but we outside while we inside.
turtleneck season. Let's get it.
Whoa, turtleneck? I don't know
know.
if I could do turtleneck, bro.
I'm about to whip out the gold chain with it, too.
Oh,
they not ready for that.
Okay. Okay. Nah, fall's my favorite season. I can't even front, so I'm looking forward to it. Plus, I'm a little biased. Birthday, you know.
I'm
here.
South American, so anything summer. Anything summer.
Yeah, everything summer. I dig it.
Let's get it. So what we talking about today, bro?
Man, well, you know, we've done quite a bit already.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the natural next steps is talking about creating and creativity, man. I think it's just an important thing and something I've seen in, you know, in my work with the youth and work with other business owners, working with different artists. You know, there's a huge difference when it comes to talking to people where they're creating from a space of creating freely just to create versus if they're creating of something they're going to push out for public consumption. And so just in our raw authenticity of what kind of brought this up, do you see a difference as an artist, as somebody who's been a student, as somebody who's been in a career? You sell a variety of things in your position and all these different creative things you're into. Do you see a difference? Let's start there.
Yeah, for sure. And that was a little sus the way you said position. I'm just going to say that right there. But now, let's get serious. Yeah, so we had a conversation about this. Being me being a music artist, being creative, especially with video production and photography, man, there's definitely a correlation between producing just to produce for yourself versus producing when you already have that validation and you're trying to get that validation again. And as an artist, sometimes you get caught up. As an artist, you definitely get caught up, and I'm pretty sure a lot of celebrities and even at a local level, artists kind of get themselves in a mental block, and I've been in that mental block before. We all had an experience where we felt anxiety at some point, but did you ever had help processing those thoughts?
Our mind is full of gems, and sometimes we might feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed because life happens.
Today's sponsored gem is BetterHelp.
Here to help you be the best you. Now, let's keep it real. We all need to vent, and doing it on social media just ain't it.
You can communicate by video, audio, or unlimited messaging.
There's a wide range of experts in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network.
What are you waiting for?
Join the 3 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist.
You fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you can get matched with a therapist in as little as 48 hours.
Go to betterhelp.com/empower610 for 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp.
That's betterhelp.com/empower610.
Get matched with a therapist who will listen and help. BetterHelp, better performance, better life. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. I was listening to some music, and I was hearing the Camp Lo Lucchini joint, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I got to issue a challenge on the internet. Sent out a challenge to the hip hop club at the school that shall remain nameless with the students I work with. And I sent it to this guy over here as well. I didn't know you were going to take that as I was like personally challenging you. I just wanted you to vote.
I'm hella competitive.
I love the energy. You know what I'm saying? Because then
alumni.
I'm
to the
talking
nameless school.
I'm talking trash to them. Like, yo, I know you're not gonna let the alumni dude do that. And then I was like, yo, he wrote that while he was chilling. You know what I'm
Summa
saying?
cum laude on there.
Oh my God. Somebody got to get this guy to relax. As soon as he put the shades on, he started acting real different over here.
Man, this is Bardalis, bro. You first couple episodes, that was Lewis. Now you got Bardalis. You got the alter ego in.
Well, all I'm gonna say is I've been Nice Jones from day one.
Oh,
That's it.
what about Ghost?
That's not something we talk about here. What are you talking about? We're not talking about that here. Whose man's is this?
But yeah, he challenged me, and when he did that, it was pretty cool because like I know it's a classic song, but I haven't heard it, and I didn't want to hear it before I wrote it, and I just kind of started writing things that came to my mind, and honestly, like a lot of like financial decisions came up to my mind, so a lot of the bars that I put there came up, and you know what, we gonna give them a sneak preview.
I can't believe you signed me up for this. Nice. We going in though. For Dallas. Yeah. This is a classic. Turn it up, mix it up, master it, bring it back to life. Hip hop, Lazarus, light it up, passing it. Treat your beamer like this economy, boy, I'm crashing it. Like your credit cards, this music, I be maxing it. Stranger Things, you better play this tune when you see Vecna. I'm a born protector, keep hustling till my life is played on a projector. Oops, I mean streaming. Oops, you keep believing. The new matrix that we call American dreaming. Hate the word minority, cause that just sound demeaning. When my people come from king, queens, and royalty, better pay my royalties. Only I can spoil me. I'ma keep on going, B. Never underwater, cause I'm built with all this buoyancy. Only love and loyalty in my circle, yeah. You better know, you better show. If you rock with this anthem, then tune into Empower 610. Shameless plug, hey.
And we're back.
We back.
We back.
One thing I'll say, I appreciate that, again, I didn't expect you were going to take the challenge, but the fact that you wrote some notes and it was on a notepad as it relates to my daily occupation, and you were like, yo, you got me in a zone here, and it wasn't something I planned for. Like, I have a deep appreciation for that, because it's like you're going and leaning into that spark. You weren't thinking about what was going to happen next. It was like, I like the energy of this, I'm just going to do it. And there was freedom in that, which is why I asked you, like, yo, well, how did you feel afterwards? And you're like, nah, that felt good. Like, I just got into a bag, and then I was happy you posted it for the internet and all that. You know what I'm saying? I was impressed. I'll give you that. And, I don't ever give you no damn compliments.
Yeah, and his impressed versus, like, him not impressed sounds exactly the same. Because he was like, yo, that was good shit. That's Nice Jones impressed.
Yeah, my energy be mad mid sometimes. I can't front.
Nah, but we taking out the shades because we about to talk some real stuff here.
Spaghetti.
So, like, a lot of the times when you get stressed out and you get really deep, I don't even want to say like in your feelings, but more like in your head. As an artist, you kind of lose that spark. And I know a lot of artists could relate to this, where whether you are a painter, whether you are a makeup artist, whether you are a producer, from all levels, all types of art, once you feel like you're losing that spark, like anxiety kicks in.
Yep.
Because when you're creating for yourself, there's just like this natural spark, and in my case, either the beat comes to my head or words start flying through my head. So when the process that I took was all those words, I started writing them down, and you started seeing I started scribbling.
Yeah.
Because I was just writing words down and scribbling, writing words down and scribbling. Then I transferred that over to my phone, and that felt so good because for a while there was a period, a couple months actually, where I was going through a mental block. And it was just because I was overthinking my music, I was overthinking my art, and I was like, damn, like I feel like I'm losing it. I feel like I'm not. I'm not producing it anymore, like, or I'm losing the talent. Or is it really like sometimes you even you're thinking to yourself, like, did I even have that talent in the first place, or was that a skill? Because there's a difference between the talent and the skill.
It's facts though.
So once you have that doubt in your mind, all of that starts creeping in. So when you set for that challenge, the opposite happened. Like, I felt like, you know what? I'm not even creating with the idea to distribute. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
So like,
and you could tell.
Yeah, and even recording the video, like I probably did like 3 takes, mostly because I did it all the way through, but it was just like audio thing. And I even told you, I was like, all right, I'm gonna make a professional video and all this stuff, and I started getting in my head again, and I was like, was like, yo, let's just have fun with it. Let me just record it on my cell. And like I did the 3 takes because it was like adjusting the audio for the beat, so my voice so you could hear it and things along those lines. But that's what that was, and it was magic in the moment, and it was like a good feeling of like healing.
Hashtag magic moments.
Exactly. So like I know like you do a lot of stuff as well when it comes to creative and even working with creatives. Have you ever felt a similar situation like that where you had that either mental block or creative block and you thought you lost it?
Yeah, honestly, and I like everything you said, and I think I want to help just anyone in the world recontextualize it, because if I would say, hey, I work in not communication, I work in education, you know, most people don't even associate that with working in something and being creative, right?
Right.
But I look at everything as an act of creativity. You know, art comes from the heart, so anything you do with your heart and soul, I'm saying you're creating art to some degree. And I look at how I communicate just with people in general as an art form, and so I'm always trying to be very intentional. And I have times where I feel like, all right, man, I have slacked on lesson planning or slacked in like a meeting with people, and so I'm always in this state of like trying to constantly improve. But I think just over the years, just always wanting to be 100% authentic, it's helped me in that regard, because I'm constantly trying to push people to be the best version of themselves, and I feel like that is my art. Connecting people and pushing them to what I see for them in the future, to say like, I feel like you can take it to this level, you just need somebody here to affirm you in a few different ways. And I feel like that's what I'm able to do, and I feel like that in its own is an art form, whether anyone else believes that or not. I believe it, and you can battle me.
Nah, for sure, because if I think about like some of the best teachers that I had and some of the most memorable teachers, they went outside the box to get my attention and to keep that attention and to get participation. Because I've done presentations in front of different students, different ages, and just doing those presentations, it's not the same presentation every single time.
Nah.
And I respect so much what teachers and professors do and what they got to deal with on a day-to-day, on top of all the other unrelated stuff they put on you guys.
Yeah, man.
And I'm like, bro, like when I deal with students on a presentation level, I gotta feel the crowd, and
Yes,
you gotta
important.
feel the crowd every day.
Every day, because I'm not always in the classroom. I'm also in a very big support role.
Exactly. And then especially because like we both came from inner city schools, if you think about it, every day is a different situation for every kid.
Yep.
So going a little deeper into that, like as a teacher, you got to be really creative on getting them inspired, because you don't know, they may go home, they might have a great day, they might have a bad day, they might go through a traumatic experience, and you have no clue when they're walking through that door.
Nope, not at all.
So
Not at all. And I think that's important, that we're always in a constant state of like creating, no matter like big or small. Like people associate creating with painting, writing lyrics, taking pictures, you know, all these different things. But we're all like constantly creative, and I think we all can do that in any job that we have. You know, even as like you work in a warehouse, bro, like just changing your energy with how you move, how you stack your pallets, how you're moving through things. Your energy and your vibe is very contagious, right?
shout out
You
to the
can
warehouse workers.
Shout out to the I have so much respect for everyone's occupations, because people work so hard, and like everything is very systematic. And that what people forgot about that until COVID hit, and then things were disrupted, logistics changed and everything else. And so people had to be forced to be creative. But I also, you know, the pandemic exposed a lot of people, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And people, you know, weren't ready for that, but people, you know, people got in their bag and were creating. And the best thing I would say for me is something I've always told people is I feel like such a, you know, creator or creative that I don't share any of my creative side. Like, unless you know me, you don't really get that. You know, when I worked in advertising, the people around me got it. When I was publishing the magazine, I was a constant character on Facebook, because that was the main platform for that as Instagram was developing. And then I was a character in just like, you know, my ability to curate experiences with the team that I worked with. And then once that stopped and I had a lot of things going on in my personal life, you know, I had to be creative in processing and dealing with the things that I was dealing with the people that I care the most about. And so I always tell people like, yo, how did you get through this? How do you get through that? I'm like, honestly, man, I don't even know, because I wasn't resorting to all these different things, but I was definitely being creative with how I would solve these different problems that were coming up. And one of which, I was, being a caretaker for my mother. So it was like, how are these different ways that I can be creative with making sure like her life is good,
Right.
and how I can get her to like change how she views different things that we need to do for her health. And it was like a game, like I gamify everything. And so I could only do that if I approach things from like a creative standpoint and just being conscious of like what I'm dealing with myself. So I think that's like the biggest thing. But now like with COVID, just been writing, wanting to produce. And that's why in the previous episodes I talked about like, hey, this all came about through you and I having a conversation, and I've been in this crazy creative zone that only people I actually have conversations with know about. And I was like, you caught me at a really good time. And here we are. And it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to be able to use this mode to, be creative and use these different business skills to be creative to, of course, plug, empower ourselves and empower everyone else.
I mean, but you're not that creative when it comes to your stepchild and showing love to him. I'm just saying that.
Oh, my God. Yo, can somebody get this guy, like, somebody give him, if you see Mr. Bardalis here in the streets, give him a hug.